Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, the War of Rights developers dropped a message in the official War of Rights Discord, which if you want to join, go to the link in the description, where they have created a public beta server that anyone can join. If you want to join, go to War of Rights on Steam, go to Settings, Properties, Betas, and then you can download it from there. But there's a lot of optimization and there's a lot of new features that they added. However, they didn't give us a changelog, so we had to figure that out for ourselves. And after a few hours of gameplay, here's the discoveries that we have made for this new beta test server. The biggest thing is voice chat. They have overhauled it. So normally in the game, when you're chatting in game, you can chat to your friendlies and your opponents. However, the developers have now given you options. You can chat with everyone as is normal, but now you can also decide to only chat with your team or nobody at all. On top of that, when you're injured in game or at a distance from another player, their voice will be extremely muffled. A biggest change from this is that when you die in game, your voice will fade to nothingness. So after about 2 seconds, no one in the game will be able to hear you after you're dead. It's like real life. You die, you can't really talk anymore. That makes sense. The only iffy thing about the voice change is that there's no input and output settings to adjust what your microphone or your headset is. That is currently set up so that when you launch the game, whatever your default is, that is what it'll be set to. Next, they've changed water. You can go in any depth of water, which means you can drown. When you start going too deep, your screen will turn black. It'll be very hard for your character to move, and then you can eventually drown. On top of that, when you're walking in water, your gun will be raised up, or sword will be raised up above the water so that it doesn't get into the water. You can still shoot melee and all that stuff. However, you cannot reload your gun in the water. Next, they added a lot to customization for the USA and CSA sides, a lot of new regiments, and they've also added a lot of customization for artillery. And speaking of artillery, artillery crew no longer feels suppression from friendly fire. They also added fall damage into the game, so if you fall out of like the progress mill on the second floor, you will die when you hit the ground. There's also a little falling animation with it. So the last thing is that the flags are bugged out of their mind. They're bouncing everywhere. They can spawn men in, out of line, and the timer to spawn players in has gone from 10 seconds in formation to 5 regardless of where it is. The developers have talked about changing the flag spawning system, increasing the amount of players that can be spawned in on a larger size server. So those are all the changes that we've found so far. If we find any more, we'll put in a pinned comment in this video. But we also had a live stream where we spent a couple hours just going through and testing things out. If you want to check that out, that'll be in the description as well. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in.